Pro-Ject is a manufacturer, so that means we're doing everything ourselves. The only thing we don't do is actually the cartridge, which comes from Japan, from a company called Sumiko, and the cables. But everything else, the motor, the platter, the sub-platter, everything, the counterweight, the tone arm, the chassis, the feeds, everything is done in-house. The T2 is a typical Pro-Ject product. It's extremely good sounding by concentrating on the key elements of technology and what makes the sound perform. We have to use materials which are non-resonating, and we're starting basically with the platter. So they are very heavy. This is 1.7 kilo, and this is very important that they are not ringing. So it's very damped, it's out of glass, and we can machine glass also very precise. The T2 has a quite big chassis, which is very stable and which is isolated by thermoplastic elastomer feeds. These are modern rubbers, we can say, designed exactly to isolate the turntable from the surrounding. What is special on the design of the plinth? There are no hollow spaces. It's a stiff, high-density particle board. You see no hollow spaces, therefore also no resonances. We have a belt drive, and the belt isolates the motor from the platter, because any motor has a certain vibration, and with the belt we isolate it. What is very important is the precision also of the sub-platter, which holds the main platter. Yeah? You see, I have difficulty even to get it out of the bearing because the cushion of air avoids it. Yeah? So this is a bronze bushing, and this is a stainless steel. So here you have hard material and soft material. Again, this is necessary for damping. We are using AC synchronous motors. Why? With synchronous motors, we have the guarantee of absolutely speed stability. We produce our motors ourselves. Also, this is very unique because most of the industry today, unfortunately, is a throwaway industry, and we are exactly the opposite. And that's because we are producing everything by hand in Europe. Again, to the tone arm, it's a 9-inch tone arm. Yeah? So this is also a small little technical detail. So it's a little bit longer tone arm like usually. Why? Because the longer the tone arm, the tracking angle gets less steep. So there is less distortion. Only a one-piece tone arm gives us the guarantee the tone arm is reacting super fast on any small detail in the groove. The counterweight is also very special because a tone arm is reacting as a moving spring. We have a resonance frequency. That means together with the groove, the cartridge is moving, and it can happen, especially when you have wrapped records, that you have resonances, and these are damped by our counterweight. And again, here on the counterweight, you can see it's moving a little bit. Yeah? You have here resonances which are caused by the cartridge in the tone arm itself. Important is also the bearing, and the bearing of the tone arm. And when you move the tone arm, you see how frictionless it is, yeah? And there is no play in the bearing. Yeah? And when you're looking in the bearing, you see there are pinpoints which are directing out of the tone arm to get all the energy in the gimbal construction. We are supplying a symmetrical cable with golden connectors in the turntable. Also, it's very rare to find such quality cables in turntables in this price range. Additionally, we have a 3345 switch on the side. So this has nothing to do with the sound, but it's definitely a small little comfort that you don't need to change the belt when you have to change the speed from 33 to 45. We design our dust cover that it holds in all positions, which is very comfortable because, again, not everybody has the space that the dust cover is completely open. Yeah? A turntable like the T2 is an audiophile turntable, and with two-way speakers in stereo, in the correct positioning, you can get really what makes the really fascination of analog. It's the stereo feeling. So the T2 comes in 3 different versions. Number 1 version is the simple version, the manual version, where you're getting the maximum sound and basically no features, except of the 3345. The second version is where we include a phono stage. It's definitely the highest level phono stage which is included in a turntable as a set. And therefore we call it T2 Superphono. The T2W. We believe that the best thing is an analog system with 2 speakers and an analog amplifier. That's the best what you can do. But again, that's not the real world. And there are so many people out who want to listen also to analog, but they have a digital system. And there is even more people now that they have a Wi-Fi system. We are one of the first companies who have now a Wi-Fi turntable based on the T2, which is the T2W. And this connects basically to any streaming speaker in the world. It has an app where you can make an easy connection. The T2W gives you the possibility to stream your analog signal throughout the world. But mainly it's also the idea of giving the modern customer who is using Wi-Fi speakers, using wireless, also a connectivity to a turntable.